have the little thing that goes up and down either. So
the missing cap over the screws on the rear tailgate, the untucked carpet, the hole that's in the driver's side door that's on the Avery property that's not in any other fucking photo. Sorry, but
yeah, but no. But here's the problem, Millbilly. One, we don't know who attacked Teresa Hallbark. Two, we don't know where the attack took place, and we do not know what happened to the RAV4 after the 31st to the 5th.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to. We don't know where it was. So it could well be people trying to hide what potentially had occurred to the RAV4. We do not know.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. I don't want to change the subject, but we're talking about the RAV4. That's the key right there. I remember doing this video, and I pulled out one of my actual keys, and my keys had scratch marks from the tumblers in the ignition.
Yep. That's
but
right.
The key that they had in evidence didn't have any scratch marks from the tumblers or anything. How the hell? I mean, this is clearly the spare key that
That's right.
was at the house. That was at her house that they used to plan at Stephen Avery's place. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about 2005, and they thought, okay, we'll take this spare key, we'll plant it because we don't know where the real key is, blah, blah, blah. But they had no idea that 10 years later, people would take this evidence and look at it with a fine-tooth comb. But when you guys see this key that they have as evidence, I want to. What are your all's thoughts on this key? I mean, it's clean as a whistle. Her DNA's not on it either. Nobody's DNA was on. Well, her DNA wasn't on the key.
That's what I was about to mention. Is how can you have somebody who's, if that's her main key, how is her DNA not all over it?
Yeah.
I thought she only swabbed like the actual key part of it and the black piece, not even the fob. They wasn't even tested.
If Avery was actively bleeding, how's that blood not all over that freaking cloth fob?
Yeah, I mean, when I did this video, I pulled out one of my own. I remember. Let me go back. I pulled out one of my own keys, and it had crap on. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah,
I mean, it had stuff on it, and there were scratches on the. And I don't know if it focused in or not, but I mean, I can't believe I did all these videos on this stuff where I'm trying to get it to focus.
I remember all of these videos.
But I'm like, and I'm telling people, pull out your own key. Like, pull out your own key. You have.
But when I pull out my key, it has more than one on it.
Well.
So he's bleeding all over the place, but not on the keychain at all. And so, of course, I did the experiment because I have a 2000 Toyota, and the whole dash area, the ignition, everything looks pretty much exactly the same as hers. And I tried to reach my fingers just awkwardly and uncomfortably as I could to touch that dash area where that swipe was, supposedly where he started the car. It just, they won't reach. And I'm taller than Stephen Avery, so I would guess my hands are probably similar size or close. So it's not like
I'm big hands.
Thing with bitty hands. I'm pretty tall for a chick, 5'7". It just doesn't work. There's no way you can stretch your fingers in any weird way without starting the car like this and reaching as far as you can.
You'd have to manipulate your hands in a way where you can't start
with your
the actual
fingertips.
vehicle. Yeah.
With your fingertips. It's the only way you can even touch it. It's just too far away. It just does not make any sense. So he's not bleeding all over the place and starting the car and making that swipe. It just doesn't work. The whole thing is stupid.
If I could just say, here's another real big issue, right? Zawinski said that they were pushing the car and the door was open, which meant that they had a key, right? So these two guys, whoever they were, had a key. So which key did they have? That key, or did they have Teresa Hallbark's keys?
Oh, I bet they had the main key.
The main key.
Oh yeah, because the spare key was sitting on the counter at the house. The spare key was sitting on the counter by the coffee maker. That's what I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of the main reasons this whole case is so messy is A, again, you've got Keystone Cops doing all this, but B is, Ripper, you hit on it, is this case was never supposed to see the light of day. Nobody was ever supposed to have seen this case once it was done. And, you know, MTSO, the state, they all thought, just like with everything else they've done, is they had full control of anybody who had any control over any of this. Now that it's seen the light of day, they can't hide all these mistakes, and they're struggling to find ways to create stories to try to make up for them, and they don't make sense.
I'm going to give you a good example, and I'm not changing the subject, but in 1997, Carol Baskin thought the same fucking thing, that she could do all of these things.
Yep.
Because back in 97, if you wanted public records, you had to go to a courthouse and you had to search through all these documents in 97. And she thought she was so slick that she could do all these things. And oh God, I hope she's not watching. That she could leave a paper trail 2 months before Don Lewis went missing of her moving property into her name. She never thought people would be able to look this stuff up. I mean,
or to be able to see the marriage certificate laid over the will.
Right. And in 2005, this sheriff's department thought the same damn thing, that we'll do this and nobody will ever know. They had no idea that 10 years later, I mean, when you think about today, technology advances so fast from month to month. I mean, you put 10 years in there, technology has advanced so far that we look at this stuff that they're doing, we're like, man, these guys were crackerjack cops. I mean, Keystone Cops, and it's almost funny when you look at it now. You're like, these guys were so stupid to think that they could get away with this stuff. But back in 2005, it would work.
Dude, they had no idea that a documentary would be made about this.
No.
If that documentary was never made, we wouldn't be talking to each other right now.
You're right.
Nope.
You're exactly right. I would have never known about Stephen Avery or Brendan Dassey. Same thing with Don Lewis. You know, there were some people in the chat that have been working on the Don Lewis case from before the documentary came out.
Yep.
They were looking into it, but I would never know about the Don Lewis case, and I for sure would not know about Stephen Avery if it wasn't for Netflix.
You said you wanted to talk about the bones. I got a question. I want a posing question for you. So 2011, September, Fallon, Gone, Wiegert, Hawkins get together and they gather X bones, whatever, to give back to the family. Who made the phone call? Did the Hallbox call them or did they call the Hallbox?
Yep.
Oh.
How did that come about? Yep.
Oh.
Hey, is somebody waiting to come on?
Oh, shit.
You better open your freaking shit there.
Oh my gosh, we got the 8mm tape on here. Are you kidding me? Holy
Hey, TikTok.
shit. What's up,
Oh,
TikTok?
damn, CPM.
Hey, can everybody hear me?
God. Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear
Okay,
you loud
great.
and clear.
Yeah, I got a new headset, so I wasn't sure if it was working. I just wanted to pay respects first to the one and great Eric Hosey. You know, we miss you, Richard. So, you know, it's great to see everybody pulling together for some information and everything in his name. You know, so that's wonderful to see. And it's good to see Ali again. And it's good to see all you guys talking about the case. There was a few things. Millbilly, do me a favor and pull up that picture of the door handle again of the RAV4.
All right, hold
I'm
on.
going to tell her this is an incredible moment right now. I'm not
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
kidding. I mean, all the people we have here right now,
You're welcome.
This is
Which one? The one on the Avery Salvage Yard, or
This is-
No, it was
Crazy.
just it was literally just up in the corner just about 2 minutes ago of the door handle of the RAV4. You were talking about how
You know, TikTok, there's one thing you forgot to do that you did ask Richard or Eric Cozy to do one time. Everyone under
yes.
15, everyone
He
under
went in-
15 needs.
needs to leave the room. Yeah.
Yeah,
I figure that's something special just for Eric Cozy, though. But
I agree. I agree.
yeah, I'll wait until Millbilly pulls this up because you guys were talking about the decoy RAV4, and I have always kind of had like a burning little nagging sensation. No, it's a close up of that picture right there. Yeah, zoom in as close as you can onto that door handle.
Oh yeah, I remember this.